I have the same concern about someone being able to be a dual purpose and have enough time to do both jobs effectively would be my concern. And I understand cross-training for different roles, different departments. I mean, most industries try to do that. But what you don't typically see is a supervisor in a supervisory position cross-trained to do multiple things in different departments. I mean, you don't see necessarily the water department supervisor cross-trained to do streets. That'd be a street supervisor. Usually the supervisory positions are stable and in place, and they manage the people underneath them in those cross roles that they do. So that would be my concern, is just the time required to do both jobs effectively. You don't want to overload one person with duties for both jobs and have them have to make a decision on what they're going to, am I going to do what I need to do as the assistant city manager, or am I going to go do economic development and to have to go to someone and say, well, what should I do? Well, that's not being effective either way. You should be able to just go do it. So that would be my concern as well with the dual purpose.
Let me make one observation, if I may. And an economic development person or a program, we used to say it's a lot like a iceberg. That 90% of it, you don't see what's going on. You hear about them when you assign that new industry, or something comes out in the newspaper about, SPI brings 15 new people on board, or something along that line. But you don't. It's hard to grade an economic development position because so much of what they do is done quietly, and particularly when you deal with industry, nobody's going to know what's being held confidential. So it's hard to judge, is this person doing his job or is it being effective until those jobs come along. And Steve understands that, but
90% of the stuff we've done over the last 5 or 6 years isn't really out there, but we actually have something coming. It's because you don't see the work that's being done behind the scene. There's a lot of people that work on getting the 2 hotels we had, but really nothing. The comments within the public was we were doing nothing to get a hotel. Then all of a sudden we announced 2 hotels. So a lot of stuff is done, like Brent said, that no one sees being done. Just like today, we're doing lots of stuff that until we actually have something fruitful to announce, people don't want that information. We've had problems in the past where information has come out, and I can remember back when we were going to redo the finery, we had this big hoopla at the field, or the football field, and it never come to pass. So you got to be real careful about keeping that stuff confidential for the time period if you don't want it out until it actually is a done deal.
I can remember people would ask me, what are you doing? Anything new coming? What's the scheme? What's the story? Well, you can't tell anybody. So it's to do the kind of work that you do doesn't mean if there's not something in the newspaper, doesn't mean you're not working. It just means that they're out there plugging. I guess the concern that I would have with the dual role is when a prospect comes along, or when you have to write a grant for an existing industry for new jobs to help them with a grant or some kind of incentive from the state, all of a sudden you're on a tight deadline. There's nothing that you do in economic development that all of a sudden doesn't start squeezing you. But, an industry will tell you, we're not in a big hurry, we haven't made a decision. But when they do, it's like, okay, we made a decision. Now, can you do this for us in the next 10 days, 2 weeks? So, when they're in that squeeze, that's all they've got time to do. They don't have time to be an assistant city manager. They don't have time to be a chamber of commerce person. They've only